Greetings to you all at Telemedicon 2023 Goa, India. My name's Tori Sinai, founder of Partners in Digital Health, publishing the specialty journals Blockchain in Healthcare Today and Telehealth in Medicine Today. I'm honored to present a topic of particular importance to researchers and practitioners in India today, the future of equity and ethics in scholarly publishing. This is particularly topical. In the last few weeks, Telehealth in Medicine Today has declined 2 requests for editor status, a recent manuscript submission, and earlier this year, we uncovered an unethical editing scheme from authors submitting papers to the blockchain journal, only to withdraw them after accepted papers were copy edited for publication. Telehealth in Medicine Today, also known as THMT, is one of the academic partners of Telemedicon 2023 Goa Conference. Manuscripts you submit will be reviewed for the proceedings issue. My discussion should acclimate you to the journal and, more importantly, bring you current with market forces in scholarly publishing, as high standards and ethical conduct are hallmarks of professional integrity. What should a prospective author expect and look for in determining where to publish, and how are you to differentiate quality operators from charlatans? Let's begin our journey. When the slide changes. Aha! Every author should look for a journal with an appropriate editorial mission and audience, one that meets their field of research and ability to amplify that research, especially if you are receiving public grant funding. True value is created when philosophies are congruent. That's a great deal, or there is a great deal of dissension and consternation in the market at present, with editors-in-chief and entire editorial boards of journals resigning. Astronomical APC fees exist for some journals, and an avalanche of new and predatory journals is ever increasing. Knowing and understanding who your research partner is important, but becoming more abstract and confusing. From our side, we like firsts, have introduced market innovations. Some call that disruption. What we do is raise the level of and awareness for integrity in the market. We're the first publisher to require and publish financial conflicts of interest for editors, reviewers, and staff since we launched in 2018. We ignited a priority for ethics across scholarly publishers, challenging the industry to an ethics throwdown. We challenged President Biden's executive directive with a press release stating it was imperative to include negative research for publication, and why. We waive APC fees for sharing any negative or null experiences. We created and adhere to we created and adhere to mission pillars in effect since we launched the journals. And these include our motto, building trust through truth, holding failure in esteem, allowing new ideas to germinate, and experimenting with initiatives to respond to audience needs. For example, we've launched a work stream to explore how digital assets can be used to reward sharing reproducible research. Every journal has article types it accepts. Authors must ensure they fulfill these requirements for the publication you're submitting to. Requirements will vary from journal to journal. The paper we rejected recently did not have a cover letter. Only blinded manuscript was submitted, and that's a problem. Why? The cover letter includes author details, affiliations, testaments to meeting ICMJE author guidelines, ORCID IDs, details regarding anonymous or transparent peer review preference, ChatGPT and AI disclosures, etc., etc. Additionally, it looks highly suspect and appears to be a duplicate submission, which is unethical. Why would we want to work with unscrupulous authors, and how does it reflect upon the research submitted? When you submit your paper to THMT, remember to upload your cover letter and include it for your Telemedicon proceedings submission. The journals, THMT specifically, is a member of the following indexes and member organizations, including Scopus and COPE. COPE stands for the Committee on Publication Ethics, so you understand how ethics ranks as a priority at our shop here. Please note, SSRN is not a journal. Similar to Science Open, which appears on our list, publishers pay to include their content in an SSRN category. Papers can be submitted direct for a DOI, but it is not a bona fide research journal. SSRN is not an electronic journal, but is an e-library and search engine. And I share this with you because publishers place articles in SSRN to amplify awareness and distribute content as they do on indexes, but it's pay to play. The researcher that submitted a self-nomination to THMT for an editor role had a long list of articles published on SSRN, and we rejected it. Again, SSRN is not an open access peer-reviewed journal, so papers published there do not possess the credibility and standing those do in a bona fide journal. Current editors on the Telehealth and Medicine Board include the following from India, and there's quite a list here. You can always reach out to them should you have a question or contact me directly. Here are some journal statistics for you. Of note, our monthly engagement, as per Google Analytics, rates at 80,000 per month, which is quite impressive considering we are not a legacy journal, but a specialty journal. Authors always appreciate accolades for their work, and we're happy to amplify success with one of two annual awards. One is for Best Research Article, and the other is for Best Editorial Article. Editors-in-chief select articles based on the number of article views, downloads, citations, and market impact. The journals host an annual symposium, Converge to Accelerate, also known as ConV2X for short. Next year, we'll be in Boston, Massachusetts in September. The program has 3 arms: live, on demand, and CME, all with different speakers and topics. This year's on-demand program featured telehealth and innovation leaders Dr. R.S. Sharma and Dr. Krishnan Ganapathy on the challenges in digital health transformation in India. THMT will be publishing their discussion, open access, in the ConV2X proceedings issue next year. We constantly search for tools to help authors fortify their work and have just added Eloquenti and PaperPal to the list. Note, THMT is increasing its frequency next year to bi-monthly. To submit your work to THMT, upload it on the submission portal, and don't forget your cover letter. Just click Submit Manuscript on the homepage that's located to the right up top, and the rest is fairly quick, assuming you have assets to load ready. Now, we also have a template available to help you create your manuscript. It can be downloaded from the site under the Author Guidelines tab. Just click Manuscript Preparation, and again, don't forget your supporting documentation cover letter. Like other industries, scholarly publishing is undergoing a transformation. WWAMI has revised recommendations on chatbots and generative AI. Indexes are delisting journals, and authors must do their due diligence to keep up. Paper mills and APCs are recurrent issues, and Elsevier has just launched a geographical pricing pilot where article publishing charges for journals will be based on a country's local economic conditions and average income. This is, I believe, is a very smart initiative, and I think most publishers will adopt it and do the same in the near future. A very interesting development that was announced by the Ministry of Universities of Malaysia targets all MDPI, Hindawi, and Frontiers journals, specifically blacklisting them from submissions and fees. Publishers that game the system are finally being called out and delisted. Again, where you publish your work is a direct reflection of your ethics, priorities as a researcher, and philosophy toward fair and ethical market competition and practice. Congratulations is due to Indian researchers and authors as the nation has climbed from 5% to nearly 16%, a third position ranking in scientific publications, behind the US in the number 2 slot, and China is in number 1. With that said, and looking back on the topics highlighted in previous slides, my advice is to be discriminating to keep your research and public trust high. Guard your reputation and work and take the time to investigate the journal where you place your work. Now, what's a hijacked journal, you may ask? Hijacking refers to a fraudulent website created to look like a current legitimate academic journal for the purposes of offering academics the opportunity to rapidly publish their research for a fee. How do you spot them? They typically have quick peer review times, no editing services, simple submission format, and many ask for a direct email to the editor along with an attached research paper. Their editorial boards are without designation, university address, or contact information. Emails from journals received by researchers who are clearly not in the field. Paying fees before articles are submitted. No information is contained about the journal and how it's supported financially. There are dead links, poor grammar, no office address, misleading metrics with the words impact factor, and no dimension citation badges. The bottom line is, don't squander your work on vanity publishing. It hurts your reputation and doesn't build it. Finally, there's a great 15-minute video that I located with about 600,000 or 700,000 views. And it takes you through some of the predatory and pseudo-journal tactics to be on your guard for. Thank you so much for your kind invitation to speak at Telemedicon 2023 Goa, India. A very special thanks to Dr. Ganapathy and Dr. Radha. I'm so sorry I'm not there with you. I wish you great success with the event. Research presented, shared knowledge, and leading innovations in digital health and virtual care for all citizens in India and around the globe. Telehealth and Medicine Today looks forward to your submissions post-event, and thank you again, and safe travels.